What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all, I had a revelation last night. So last night I hit 27,000 subscribers, and thank y'all so much for the unwavering support. Thank y'all for rocking with me all the way and supporting me when my channel was in its infancy stages, right? And because it means so much to me and my family for real. But I was thinking like, man, I got 27,000 subscribers. I remember when I was still working my job that I would eventually get laid off from. Like I had like maybe 7,000 subscribers. I've gained about 20,000 subscribers in a year span, which is like a monumental achievement for me. For some people, it's not a lot, but to me, it's big for me, right? But I remember working that job, man, and I was pouring everything I had into that job. I'm talking about long hours. I'm talking about working 10, 11-hour days, right? Not getting paid overtime to do it, but trying to just meet metrics, trying to make sure the company was in good standing, trying to make sure the clients were happy and pleased with the work that was getting done, trying to make sure that I was lining myself up for a possible promotion, but at the same time, making my managers, look good and making it look like, man, their team is on the ball and on track to try to do the right things. I was trying to make sure that, hell, I was in good standing to keep a job for real. And to also be recommended for promotions and everything like that. And I remember like I would be staying at work late on my birthday, and I would be at home on weekends thinking about the job and thinking about all type of stuff I had to do involved in the job. I would come, and again, I would come into work early to get certain things done and all of that. I was working remotely for my last 4 years, but my first three I was going in person, right? And even when I was working remotely, I was giving everything to the job for real. And I was so stressed out because the job was stressful. And especially during like the time while it was stressful the whole time. But when I was working remotely, you know how jobs feel like when you're working remotely, they feel like you can do a lot more. They can put more on your plate because hell, at least you're not commuting nowhere. It's a lot of people that feel that way. And I had my son was freshly, my son was born in 2020, right? At the end of 2020. My child was born during COVID. I had my daughter was already 9 years old at the time, right? But I remember watching my son because his mother had to go to work in person. And I remember watching my son and working at the same time, being so overwhelmed every single day. But I'm trying to be the best worker I could be, trying to make sure I'm giving all to this company that would eventually lay me off with no severance. And everything in my life changed. Like I'm talking about, the job paid me very decently well, for real, right? And my daughter was in private school, and next thing I know, I'm unemployed. I have no severance. I don't want to take my daughter out this private school that she's in. She's in her last year. She's in her 8th grade year. I'm just trying to make sure she gets through the 8th grade year and still pay this tuition with where my salary is just completely has been cut in half due to the fact that I'm not working and I'm on unemployment. And I just remember thinking like, man, I gave everything to that job. And look, and it really didn't get me nowhere. I mean, I was good for some years, and I was able to do things for my children that I always wanted to do for a while, for years. But then now I'm left in the dust. And I thought about all the hours I poured into that company and poured into being a great employee. And I'm like, yo, I poured myself into somebody else's dream and vision, into somebody else's organization. I gave my all to them. And then again, I was getting paid. But again, this is not what I really want to do with my life. This is something that paid me pretty well, and I needed the job for my family, right? But again, I gave my all to that while neglecting my true passion. My true passion is making content, giving dialogue and commentary on important topics, whether it be sports, entertainment news, world news. I love getting on YouTube and making videos and talking to the public and sharing my opinions and engaging in conversation with other people regarding their opinions. This is what I love to do. This is my purpose. And I had this channel since 2017. And when I was working a job, things was getting so stressful to me and I was just pouring so much into the job. I went months without making content. I'm talking about 3 months, like a 3-month hiatus. I didn't make no videos at all. Right? This is what I love to do. Like everybody that knows me knows I love to do this. My mom, my sisters, my brother, my dad, my children's mothers. They know I love to do this. You know, everybody, my grandmama, they all know it. And I was just letting it fall to the wayside, right? And, you know, trying to pour into somebody else's vision instead of mine. My vision was to build this channel up and build it up to a point where I don't have to work a job. You know, I can make a career out of my commentary and out of my content, you know, where it could pay me handsomely. And I was just neglecting the dream and neglecting the vision. Even thought to myself, man, the likelihood of me being a big time YouTuber, man, I don't know if that's ever really gonna happen. I know I feel like I got the talent to do it, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. I never doubted my talent, but I just never really knew if at one point, the vision of me becoming a full-time YouTuber was foggy because it was just like, I was pouring myself into something else that wasn't mine. It was my job, but not my company and my organization. And I end up getting let go and losing everything, losing the job that I just poured everything into, right? So when I got laid off, I'll never forget, I always bring this up. My son's mother, she say, well, Malcolm, you know, definitely, I'm definitely, I feel for you that the fact that you lost your job, I'm definitely hurting for you that you lost your job. I'm hurting for you, but you've always wanted to be a big time YouTuber. You always wanted to grow your channel and expand your audience. Well, now is the time that you could do so due to the fact that you don't have the obligation of a job. You don't have an employment obligation now. So you have time to make content and all of that while the kids at school make content. While they sleeping, you can make content. You can plan certain things out. And I would jot certain ideas down in my notepad and certain ideas I had about different topics. I would write it down in my notepad and I would write down different topic ideas and stuff for the channel. And I was like, when I was doing all of that, I'm like, man, this is really what I'm supposed to be doing. And so during that time period that I didn't have a job, I have a job now. It doesn't pay me anywhere near what I was getting before at all. This is why I got to make this. This is why I got to make this full-time YouTuber thing work. I have a child that has autism. I have another daughter that she got needs and stuff and all of that. I got to make this shake. But during the span that I was unemployed, you know, after my job let me go, I kept making content every day, or at least every other day. I kept going live all the time. I never went live until I lost my job, and I saw my channel growing. Me getting a certain amount of just my subscriber count steadily increasing. And I'm like, yo, I'm pouring into something that's really what I want to do. That's really for me. That's really my purpose. Like, I should have been doing this, man. And that's why I'm telling y'all, man, if you got a dream, chase that dream now. Don't put it on the back burner. So many people live their lives with these different dreams and things that they want to accomplish, and they never do what they were setting out to do because they kept putting it on the back burner. And many of them end up passing away without doing what they ultimately wanted to do in life. They end up, you know, just living a life doing something they never wanted to do. That's not their passion. They end up never following their dreams, never following what really fulfills them. And I don't want to be like that. And me losing my job helped me realize that. It helped me to pour into my channel and to build it up to where it is now. I'm sorry for stuttering. Me losing my job helped me put my focus onto the channel and bring it to where it is now at a height that I could only imagine before, you know? I'm like, yo, I poured into my goal, my purpose and my passion, and it's paying off. And I'm going to keep pouring into it and keep pouring into it even more until we get this to a point where I don't even got to work another job, you know? Because I really want to do this, man. When I do this, y'all, you ever, in the movie Sinners, when Sammy is talking to Smoke about him performing at the juke joint, he said, I can't thank y'all enough for this. And he says, man, you know, tonight out there, I feel like I was flying. And when I make this content, y'all, I feel like I'm flying. I feel like I'm at peace. I feel happy. I feel like, you know, how I felt. I feel the same passion and vigor I felt when I was in college and I had my own radio show and I had my own TV show. I feel that. Sorry, my contact lens acting up a little bit. But I feel that same type of fire and passion, and I feel that same type of happiness within me. A happiness and a passion and a vigor I hadn't felt since getting into the professional world. I hadn't felt that same fire and passion for none of the jobs I had, you know? But when I get on YouTube, I feel at peace, I feel at ease, I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be doing this. This is my calling. And so I'm like, yo, this job made me realize, hey, keep honing your craft. Keep working on your passion. Keep working at it. Keep chipping away at it and see where it takes you. And so in a way, I was hurt. I was hurt about losing it. Not in a way. I was hurt about it. I was embarrassed from losing my job. My pops didn't even know I didn't have a job. I waited. My pops didn't know I was unemployed until 3-4 months had passed. I'm lying to him, he asked me how was work today. I'm lying to him, it was good. I was so embarrassed, you know? And it wasn't just me that got laid off. Like 95% of the government contractors, because I was a government contractor, 95% of us got laid off due to budget cuts. So it's really nothing to be ashamed of, but I felt ashamed because I feel like, man, I'm not in position to do what I want to do for my family, for my children. And the rug got pulled from under my feet. But at the same time, it struck a chord in me to say, you got to make sure you're in position to do things. If something like this were to ever happen again, make sure that you put yourself in the best position to eat off of my passion, like and my passion and something that is really something that I love, you know? Y'all, I can't describe it. When I'm making content, y'all, I light up like a kid at Christmas. And it sounds corny. It sounds cringe to some people, but it's really how I feel. You know? And I've always felt like this about broadcasting and commentary. When I had my own radio show in college at Mississippi Valley State University, I would act like I was Martin and be talking before the show in my head like I'm Martin when he had his own show. WZUP. What's up? I felt like I was Marty Marr for a second, you know? And in this space, I just feel at ease. I feel peaceful. I feel joy when I'm doing this. And I'm like, man, I wish I would have been doing this the whole time. Not just, I'm glad I was working, but I could have been pouring into my channel while I was working at the same time as well, you know? I put my channel on the back burner for work, pouring into something that left me high and dry. And again, I had to do what I had to do for my children, for my babies. They come first. But also, man, had to take advantage of the moment, seize the moment, but at the same time, pour into what you really want to do. Pour into yourself, as well as pouring into an employer. Pour into yourself. And I basically bet on myself. And the channel was expanding, and we got a long way to go. A lot more things I got to learn how to do with the channel. A lot more things I got to learn how to edit and do other certain type of edits and all of that. And we're going to get there. I'm confident. Very confident. But I'm proud of where the channel is today. And I just wanted to get that message out there, man, to chase your dreams. Go for what you want in life. Life is too short. We could be here today and gone tomorrow. Seize the day. Seize the moment. Go for what you want. Don't let nobody tell you can't do something. Pour into what your passion is and see where it takes you. And I'm on a point right now to where I want to be able to solely, I want us as a community to help this channel get to a point where I can do this full time and I can give y'all all the content y'all want, and I can make a lot of videos and I can talk with y'all as long as I want to, you know. But with me working this overnight gig, man, I got to get rest. Sometimes it's hard to wake up and make content and do certain edits and all of that. It becomes difficult, but because I love it, I push through it and I do it because this is my passion. I love talking to y'all. But I'm just glad that losing that job made me it made me refocus and recenter certain things and made me think and say, man, you got to pour into what you really want to do and see where it takes you. And I'm proud of where it is now, and I just hope it keeps continuing to grow and grow and grow to where I'm soaring, to where I'm really flying and soaring like I want to. But I want to thank y'all, man. 27,000 subscribers. It's all because of y'all, man. So thank y'all. And I pray that y'all keep rocking with me as we continue to grow, because it really means a lot to me, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, y'all. I'm out. Peace.